What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dream a Little, the podcast that's all about helping you feel confident about your ABDL side. I'm your host, Lo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be continuing our episode with Jay, so if you missed last week's episode, I really recommend hitting pause, going back to episode number 166 to hear his whole story. It's really interesting. As always, you can find links to Jay's social media in the show notes of this episode at thelittlelounge.com/167. That's thelittlelounge.com/167. That's also where you'll find a link for my latest Nurturing Mommy roleplay. I release a new episode every Monday, one for males, one for females, so everyone's included. All right, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. Let's get started. So you mentioned before that you've been to some events, TeddyCon, right?
TeddyCon, I've been to every TeddyCon since its inception, which it's an hour and a half from my house, so it's nice and easy. And the last 3 years was a hotel takeover, so where the whole entire hotel was all ABDLs, and you're able to walk around freely in your diapers and whatnot, which was a little intimidating at first. And even to this day, it's one thing to take pictures and be little on behind a camera, but now you're in person. Now everybody's walking around. Now you can see my imperfections and all that stuff, and it's like, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody's walking around freely. It's fun. It's fun. I wish the hotel was better, but the atmosphere is fun. And they have the con space, which is, a big nursery pretty much. You have a big crib, you have the rocking horse, you have a ball pit, tricycles, and I've even showed you the baby walker, which is, oh my God, like all the little's dreams was there. Now, this last TeddyCon, they added another piece of furniture, which I went gaga for, no pun intended. They had this huge, what do you call them? The rocking cribs, it's like not a bassinet,
like a cradle.
Or something. Yeah, a cradle, right? So it rocks back and forth, but it's huge. I'm like, oh my God, this is what I want. And so obviously they have a photographer there that would take your picture, and so I definitely got some pictures there. I didn't get them back yet, still waiting, but that made me feel really little. And it's just really fun. It's a good atmosphere. The people are great. Everybody's great. Everybody's friendly, and of course, there's a lot of people that are shy. I'm more of the outgoing type. I want to say hi to everybody. Some people recognize me, and I recognize a lot of people. And I try to make friends with as many as I can. And during the day, it's the con space. They're having crafts, whatever, different events for the littles to do, finger painting, whatnot. They have classes and vendors as well. So it's really good. And then in the afternoon or after the con space is over, then everybody has their, after parties in their rooms, or the bar has a club and a dance floor. So people are dancing. They're all in diapers dancing around the club floor. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. I like it. I really do. I mean, again, I wish the hotel was better, but it's definitely fun, but I'm sure it's not as fun as Capcom. I've never been at Capcom. I want to go to Capcom. I hear it's great, and it's like double the size of TeddyCon, and there's double the amount of people. So, I'm sure it'll be overwhelming, but it's definitely something I want to do, before I get older, before I can't, walk around looking all cute.
Did the dates just not work out this past year?
They canceled it because of COVID.
Oh, well, yeah.
You mean Capcom?
Yeah.
No, I had something personal to do.
Yeah.
Every year, like the year before, it was my mom's 70th, and then this year was something else. So I'm like, hey, it never works out. But I don't even know about next year. I don't even know what's going to happen for next year. I know TeddyCon was just canceled for October, and I wasn't going to go this year anyway. I don't like the hotel. They didn't change the hotel, so I wasn't going to go. But Capcom is the ultimate. Unfortunately, I won't be able to bring all my baby gear like I do with TeddyCon, the crib, the play gym, the changing mat, and all that stuff. I'd have to just go, just my suitcase of diapers and stuff.
Because you'd be flying. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly. If I drove, then maybe I'd bring it. Because at TeddyCon, that's my opportunity to be a baby for 4 days straight. So as soon as I get there on Thursday and I set up my whole room and everything the way I want it, boom, diaper, and that's it for the whole week, for the whole weekend, and it's fun. It's fun. It just feels so good to be able to do that all day for 4 days. It's so freeing. It's so relaxing, and you're just with your people. You're with your people, so it's good. But going solo can be lonely. If I don't if there's not any after parties or something, I'm just walking around aimlessly looking for something to do or somebody to hang out with, and if not, I go to my room, and that's kind of the only downfall about going solo to these conventions. So my recommendation is go with somebody, have a wingman, have a wing partner, go with your little, go with your big, or something like that, because you always need I think you always need like a wingman to be there with you if you're feeling a little vulnerable.
That's a good tip. I don't think I could go to one of those events by myself. I would be way too intimidated.
You would be flooded with, you cannot go to a convention by yourself.
What do you mean? Why?
It's just, I just think, you're low. You're well known in the community, and you probably would be, there'd be probably a flood of dudes trying to, I'm just saying.
Are there many mommies that go to these events, or is it all littles?
Oh no, there's your daddies, there's your mommies, your caregivers. There's plenty. I see a lot of couples go there. They're enjoying themselves. It's really nice, to see that. There is a good amount of couples there, for real. Yeah, there's your littles and stuff like that. But sometimes they have a little crew. But there is a good share of mommies and littles, daddies and littles, and they're there enjoying themselves. And sometimes they keep to themselves, and other times they they get around and they talk, and they meet other people and stuff like that.
That's cool. I mean, I feel like me and my boy would love to go to something like that. I think I'd be more comfortable going with him, and just knowing some people. Probably hit you up.
If I go, for sure, we're gonna party.
Yeah.
But it's good though, because then you'll actually be able to put him in a crib or feed him in a high chair and stuff like that, and that's it's a very rare opportunity for somebody people like us that don't have a nursery set up or anything like that to do it. It's really good. It's fun.
Yeah, who has the space for that to have those giant cribs and everything? I wish.
Good. I wish, right? A little room to the side. TK, don't go in there. This is for my boy and me. So I want one of those. But you know what? You can always do the temporary thing like I do, and something that can easily be set up and still look good, and then easily take down, because there's a lot of options for littles out there who want that nursery but don't have the ability to actually have a permanent crib or a permanent high chair or whatever. There's other things you could do, like the play gym, the DIY play gym that you made, which by the way looks much better than mine. Really, really good job. I am very impressed.
Well, thank you for the instructions and the inspiration.
Oh yeah, no problem. I really, that's another thing. I love giving that information out, and I love seeing people say, "Hey, look, I got thanks, Super Baby, for the idea." Well, it wasn't my idea, but I'm the first one to actually put it out there and say, "Hey, look, this is easy. Anybody can do this. Just do it."
It was so easy. It was so
minutes.
Easy.
I mean, maybe I think my tutorial takes longer than actually doing it, because it's like 10 minutes, I think, and
you're explaining every step, so
Oh yeah, but it's the easiest thing to do, and if you don't have anything else, this you could set up in your room. You could put it in your living room. 1, 2, 3, it sets up. 1, 2, 3, it comes down. And it looks great. It looks so good, and I see a lot of people doing it, and it makes me happy. Because it just shows people that you could make your own things and still look good.
It really enhances little space, and it's affordable. And what I love is how easily it compacts down into basically like this little tent, like the single person tent, like and then some pool noodles. Like nothing suspicious about that, right? Like pool noodles, tent, like easy. Everyone's got it. It's fine.
Easy peasy. And yeah, exactly. And then like my crib, for example, I have one of those, and all it is are 2 sets of safety gates that you can buy at Amazon. I bought mine at Lowe's. They're like the gates that for dogs or whatever, you can kind of interconnect them all. And one day I was at Lowe's. I'm like, ooh, that looks interesting. I said, let me check this out. And I bought one. It was too small. You need 2 sets. And I'm like, all right, this has potential. And then one day I was redoing my room. I'm like, let me see if this fits on my bed. I have a queen size bed. And it fit perfectly on the bed. I'm like, oh my God, I have a crib. I have a friggin' crib. And the base of my bed makes it look really, babyish. So it kind of, in the decor of my room, it's all white. it kind of adds to the little thing, and once I figured that out, I was in heaven. And, I'd set it up. It takes 10 minutes to set up, and then you have to dress it up though, right? You have your safety gates by themselves. They look okay, but you need to dress it up. You need to add a little pizzazz to it. You need to add a mobile. You need to add a little piano that you hang on the side, and then hanging toys and all that, and the crib bumpers, and all that makes it makes it just, once you're laying in that crib and you're looking up at the Playmobil or whatever, I just feel so little. You just feel so little. So I think that's the next thing you need for you and your boy, is you need to get some sort of crib, because he'll be in heaven.
I need that to keep him in the bed, because he won't nap otherwise. Like, there's no keeping him in there. I love that. I love that idea even more than having a permanent structure, because like, how practical is that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just not, what are you going to do when guests come over?
Exactly. Like, it's big enough for two. Like,
what are you doing here with this thing? Like, but with the thing, you just set it up and put it away, and again, it's portable. I bring it at TeddyCon all the time. It's portable. It's great, And
that's what I was going to say. You're like the changing table, the crib, and like all the play gym, it all fits in your car. I'm like, how? It sounds like a lot, but it breaks down pretty small.
It's not a lot. Even I think what takes the most space are those damn pool noodles, because you got to fold them a certain way. And but no, it's really all that stuff I have can fit in one or two, a closet, a small closet. And so it's very, or under the bed, it's very practical. I love it, and it's enough for me. It's enough for me to make me feel little.
I love it.
It's not often that I get to pull it out, but, once in the blue moon when I do, I'm little. And then I take thousands of pictures, and then I can post it all on Instagram. Stuff
well,
like
I'm grateful for that.
So, yeah, that's good. But for sure, and the next thing obviously would be a high chair. That'd be
great. I was
going
to ask, what's next?
Well, you sent me a picture of this awesome looking high chair. And there was a girl on it, and it was made of PVC pipe, it looked like.
Yeah.
I don't know how that man designed it. I did talk to the guy, because I saw that picture before, and he said it was photoshopped, and there's some stuff there that are holding it up. But so I don't know how really practical it'd be, but man, it looked really good. And obviously my ABDL brain started thinking, I'm like, how can I make this? And I try to think, I'm like, oh God, it's so difficult. But, something like that would be nice, a high chair, or obviously there's stuff you could buy like IKEA, tall chairs with armrests. That's important. And then all you need is like a tray or something, and you put it in front of you, and then you got yourself a high chair.
Yeah, maybe you could attach it with like Velcro strips or something.
Velcro strips, or maybe one of those door hinges, or you can,
Oh, yeah.
Twist it up, and, you put the door hinge on one side, on one of the armrests, underneath the whatever tray you use, and then just slide it up and slide it down.
I love that idea.
Yeah, I think that's it though. Then you get the baby walker. That would be very.
That one that I sent you from that one show. I was like, that.
Yes, yes. I think Playmobil or whoever the maker is made an adult size baby bouncer. You see those?
Oh, I want to do that so bad with the circular chair that I have in my house. It's like a little nest chair.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. The only thing with that is his feet are going to dangle. You want his feet to be up in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want his feet to dangle off the thing, because right?
He's kind of short. I mean, it might work.
Okay, might work. But there might have to be some sort of attachment made and stuff like that. But maybe you could just add a little, maybe a pool noodle. I don't know, that goes from one end to the other. That goes over him, so you can have some hanging toys.
Yes.
And if you do that, I'd like to see. Then,
of course.
I know you and me are the DIY enthusiasts here, so
mostly you. I'm just like trying to push you ahead so you can find out more things for me to do.
Yeah, exactly. Let Super Baby figure it out so he could do a DIY, so I could do it.
I was really excited when you posted on your stories the other day with the PVC pipe. I was like, he's doing the high chair.
I want to. I built a vocal booth with PVC pipe, and I'm like, this is too thin to support a guy like that. I'm thinking like 2-inch PVC pipe. It just has to be designed properly. One day, Lo, you'll see. I'll get it done. I believe in you. I really do.
Well, Jay, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. That was super fun, and I loved getting to know you a little bit better.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. I really enjoyed being on your show. It's very fun.
I'll be in touch with you.
All righty. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.